Hello everyone, this is Mahendra. In this video, I am going to discuss about probability. In the previous video, we have seen some terminology and interaction concepts of probability. In this video, we are going to see the remaining concepts. Let us get into topic. Yeah. Simple event. An event is called a simple event if it is a singleton subset of a sample space S. Yeah, we know that what is sample space, and we have learned in the sets topic about singleton set. Yeah, what is meant by singleton set? The set which consists of only one element in that, it is called a singleton set. So here, look at here. This two is a this set consists of only one element. This is a singleton set, and this is also singleton set, and this is also singleton set. All these three are having only one element. Okay, right. So now, what is simple event? So an event consists of only one element, that is called a simple event. Let us see the example. Yeah, look at here. When a coin is tossed, sample space S is equals to H comma T. Let A is equals to singleton H, the event of occurrence of head. Okay, this is the event occurrence of head. Okay, and this one is event of occurrence tail. This is considered A and B. Here A comma B are simple events because they are having only one element in their sets. Okay, so these are simple events. Right, look at the second example. When a die is thrown, sample space S is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so look at a subset of S. Yeah, A is equal to singleton 5 and B is equal to singleton 2. These two are having only one element in them. Okay, so A is nothing but occurrence of event of occurrence of 5. If you throw the die, yeah, here A is equals to 5 we got, and the subset B we got 2. Okay, these are events, only they are having singleton sets. It means they are having one element in the set. Okay, these kind of events are called simple events. Okay, right. Next, compound event. It is a joint occurrence of two or more simple events. Okay, so two or more simple events. Suppose you have thrown two coins at a time, two coins at the same time. What we get? Yeah, look at here. These are two coins I have thrown at the same time. What is the possibilities? Yeah, one is maybe head, one is tail, one is tail, one is a head, and there may be both are heads and both are tails. These are the possibilities. Okay, suppose if I write a sample space for this, what is the sample space? Yeah, HT comma TH comma HH comma TT. These are the possible outcomes. Okay, so here if I take a subset from this H comma T, okay, so this is a compound event. Okay, so here the two outcomes of two coins considered as one event. Okay, these kind of events are called compound event. Okay, right, look at here, one more example given here. Yeah, this is the same example which I given. The event of at least one head appears when two fair coins are tossed in a compound event. So two heads. Okay, you can observe here two heads we got. Joint occurrence of two or more simple events is called compound event. Next, equally likely events. This is very important topic concept. A number of simple events are said to be equally likely if there is no reason for one event to occur in preference to any other event. It is a little bit tricky to understand this statement. So let us go for another one. When a coin is tossed, getting a head and getting a tail are equally likely. So look at the example here. This concept you can understand by example. And this is example, a normal example here. In drawing a card from a well shuffled pack, there are 52 outcomes which are equally likely. So we have 52 cards in that pack. So from that, if I take one card, what is the probability of getting that card? How many chances that card has to give a probability? 52 equal chances, because each card is individual. Okay, 52 cards are different. Okay, so or else you can understand this concept by this example. When a coin is tossed, getting a head and getting a tail are equally likely. It means if you toss a coin, we get either head or tail. So head or tail both are having a equal chances here. Okay, right. This kind of events are called equally likely. It means 50-50 choices. Okay, 50-50 choice. Okay, right. Next, exhaustive events. All the possible outcomes taken together in which an experiment can result are said to be exhaustive. I think this statement you didn't get. So look at here, this statement. Events are said to be exhaustive if their union gives the sample space. The union of the two events or two or more events, if it gives sample space, then they are called exhaustive events. Look at here. Example, when a die is thrown, the events of getting an odd number and even number are mutually exhaustive events. It means, suppose dice consist of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is sample space actually. So getting an odd number means 1, 3, 5. So consider this A. And B 2, 4, 6 is a even number. Okay, if I take this A union B, you know that already what is union. You have learned in this topic. What is that? Writing all the terms in a set is called union. Nothing but combining the elements. Okay, right. So what we get? If we take A union B, there is nothing but again we get S, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is a sample space. So A union B is equal to S, then we call the events are exhaustive events. Okay, right. Next, mutually exclusive events. So if two events cannot occur simultaneously, then they are mutually exclusive. Okay. If A and B are mutually exclusive, then A intersection B is equals to pi. This mutually exclusive event definition you can understand by this statement here. Okay, right. So see, look at the examples here. In a single throw of a coin, either the head or tail will appear and not both. If you toss the coin, you will get either head or tail. You will not get both the same time. Okay. So, for example, the outcome is H. Another one is B, nothing but tail. What is the intersection of these two sets? A intersection B, nothing but pi, or this you can write in this also. Okay, so intersection of the two sets will get pi. It means nothing is common in that. Okay, this is the mutually exclusive event. So look at here, second example. In a throw of cubic die, either an odd number or an even number will turn up and not both. Okay, so if you throw the die, you will get an even number or odd number. You didn't what is that, you will not get both even and odd numbers at a time. Okay, right, I hope you understand. Complement of an event. So complement, yeah, let's see definition first. The complement of an event A denoted by A dash or A complement, this we can call as complement. Okay, C is nothing but complement, is a set of all sample points of the space other than the sample points in A. Suppose, see, this we can understand by using Venn diagram. This is a set. Okay, it consists of elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let us take A is equals, this is a sample space, total is A is equals to 1, 3. So what is A complement? A complement is nothing but other than this set. It means 2, 4, 5, 6 is the A complement. Okay, other than A is called A complement. Okay, so here A comma A complement are complement events to each other. Okay, right, this is the A complement. Okay, right, look at example here. Yeah, in the experiment of casting a fair die, S is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 4 comma 5 6 and A is equals to 1 3 5 6 and A complement is 2 comma 4. Okay, suppose if E is an event, then the set E bar of the all outcomes which are against to E is called complementary. Okay, so these two are against to each other, isn't it? One more example. If E is an event of getting an odd number when a die is thrown, then the E bar of the getting a non-odd number, nothing but even number, is complemented to E. Did you get this? Yes, I hope you understand this. Yeah. Once again, I will repeat here. The probability of a sure event is 1. Sure event is nothing but that must happens. Okay, that is equal to 1, and the probability of an impossible event is 0. Yes, I'll give you an example here. Suppose if you throw a die, you will get 1 to 6 number. Okay, 1 to 6 number. So suppose getting an odd number is called a sure event here, isn't it? Getting an odd number, sure event, isn't it? We will get odd number or even number also. So the probability of getting a 7 is impossible because the die consists of 1 to 6 numbers only. Okay, getting an odd or even number here, look at that. For sure event, getting an odd or even number is called a sure event. Either we get odd number or we get even number. Okay, there is a sure event. But look at here, the probability getting is 7 is an impossible event because it never happens, because there is no number in that cube 7 number in that die, isn't it? Right. This is the sure event and impossible event. And look at one more third point. The probability of an event is a number P of E such that 0 less than or equals to P of E less than or equals to 1. Okay, so the highest value of probability is 1, the least value is 0. It means It may be 0 and 1, lies between 0 and 1, but not exceeds 1, not less than 1, less than 0. Okay, right. And look at fourth point. An event having only one outcome is called an elementary event. The sum of the all probabilities of elementary events of an experiment is 1. Yeah. If an event have only one outcome, that is called an elementary event. Suppose, look at here. If you throw a die, you will get 1 or 2 or 3, 4 and 5, 6. Okay, so all these are elementary events. If you sum all the probabilities of these sets, these outcomes, we get 1. We'll see this is about this in the problems. Okay, I will explain there, or we can yeah, okay, we can see here only, right. See here, the probability of getting 1 is 1 by 6, probability of getting 2 is also 1 by 6, probability of getting 3 is also 1 by 6, 4 also 1 by 6, 5 also 1 by 6, 6 also 1 by 6. Okay, so if you sum all these things, we get 1. Okay, that is the meaning of elementary events. Sum of all the elementary events is equals to 1. So how we get these probabilities? Yeah, here we use the one formula. I will give in the next slide. I will get the last point. For any event E, P of E plus P of E bar is equals to 1. Sum of the what is that? Probability of an event and probability of its complementary gives 1, where E and E are complementary events. Sum of the event and its complementary event is equals to 1. Okay, this we use in problems, right. So the formula to find the probability of a given such events is P of E. E is nothing but event, P is nothing but probability. So probability of an event is a number of favorable outcomes by total number of possible outcomes. Okay, so number of favorable outcomes by total number of possible outcomes. This is very important formula. This entire chapter depends upon this formula only. Okay, right. So once again I am repeating, P is nothing but probability of E is an event, probability of an event. So number of favorable outcomes by total number of possible outcomes is the formula to find the probability of the given situation or given event. Okay, right. So note down this formula. I hope you understand the concepts. Okay, thank you.